Hey buddy, it's Aaronator here. We got our 13th episode of our Colorado Avalanche franchise mode here on the PS4, guys. In the last episode, we went and did the first round of the playoffs against the Nashville Predators. As you can see on the screen, we did lose 4-3 in the series. It was really a wild series, literally out of this world. We were down 3-0 in the series, and we were losing games like crazy by horrible scores. And then we came back, won 3 straight, and then we lost 5-1 in Game 7. So it was really wild. Make sure you go check it out. I know you guys obviously would know what happened at this point, though. But it still was, it was worth watching. It was pretty strange. David Moss was a top player for Nashville, so that's when you know it's kind of weird. But anyways, we're going to be going to the draft in this episode. I was looking at some guys scouting wise. I did pin some players to the watch list. AHL team I believe is out of the playoffs. We'll just do best lines, that's fine. But the thing is, I did notice quite a few players, so I'm gonna scout in the areas that I want to. There's a couple players that I want to just get a bit more scouting information on, so we're gonna go to forwards in Russia, forwards in Sweden, and then forwards in the USA. No defensemen. It's all forwards. I like our defense the way it is, so somewhat. I think trade or signing would be the only thing that we need to add, but once our veterans or some of our guys who are coming up on contracts at in the offensive positions start losing their spots, we're going to need some guys to replace them in case of cap issues. So I want to strengthen our offensive pool of prospects. We have quite a few guys that we drafted on offense, but I'm still looking for a bit more. 2 weeks for Swedish forwards. Hopefully it gives me another option to scout some more. And let's see who won the Stanley Cup. Was it the Nashville Predators? Were they the team that not only took us to 7 games, or at least not only did we take them to 7 games, but they maybe perhaps won the cup? That'd be interesting to see. 3 weeks in the U.S. for forwards, and let's see what happened. Who won? The Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup in year 2, 2017-2018. Okay, yeah, sure. Excuse me. Calder Cup champions, the Manitoba Moose. So there you go. Let's go. We'll let it continue sending to the draft. Because it's still the playoffs, and I'm not able to check out other teams through trading and stuff, I did not get much information on players that we could get in a trade. So I think if we're going to make any trades, it'll be in the next episode when we know who's in free agency and stuff. At the draft, I just wanted to get the draft over with because just an extra thing. I wanted to get it done ASAP and get this video out as soon as possible. And then you guys can let me know maybe if I showed you some names of who we could go after. But here's the results of the draft lottery. Los Angeles Kings get the first overall pick. Toronto Maple Leafs still sucking. They get the second overall pick. The Detroit Red Wings get the third. Vancouver with the fourth. If they were the worst team this year, then that seems like the kind of pick that they would get. They would get skipped 3 times. That's what Gary Bettman would do. Philadelphia gets the 5th pick. Arizona gets 6. Anaheim 7. Boston 8. Dallas 9. You guys see the rest. Winnipeg, Tampa, Ottawa, Columbus, New Jersey. That's it. That's all of it. So players are retired. I'm not sure there's going to be too many guys. Wisnowski. So he was stellar. We didn't play him too much in the end, but it was nice having him for some depth on D. So it gave us some options. I'm sorry, I literally just forgot to see who retired. So if there's any big names, it'll be showing in the messages area. I'll go straight to that and see if there was any big names. I'm really sorry, guys. I just missed it. Henrik Sedin retired. There you go. That is actually probably one of the only notable ones you need. But goalie-wise, maybe Luongo. No, not Luongo. I don't know. Could be. But let's go check out the stats. Let's see if Nashville made it to the finals at least. See who was in the finals with Carolina. So Nashville got swept by St. Louis. Nice! And then they beat Chicago in 5 games, and then Carolina swept the Blues. That's really strange that there were so many sweeps in this playoff year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playoff sweeps. That's crazy. St. Louis was a part of 3 of them. What the heck? St. Louis looked like they were the favorites, but apparently not. That's kind of wild. Okay, so there's all the playoff trees. I don't want to take too much time for that, so if you wanted to, you could have paused it there. Awards, let's go check out the awards quickly. Stanley Cup goes to the Carolina Hurricanes. President's Trophy goes to the Minnesota Wild. And then St. Louis and Carolina win the conference trophies for the top conference team to make it to the finals, basically. Art Ross Trophy goes to Steven Stamkos. Hart Memorial goes to Steven Stamkos twice in a row. Man, he's on fire with Tampa. James Norris Trophy goes to John Carlson, so a new face, winning the defensive or top defenseman trophy. Lady Byng Memorial goes to Sam Reinhart. Calder Memorial goes to Nick Merkley of the Arizona Coyotes. That's very interesting. Conn Smythe goes to Ben Bishop. Vezina Trophy goes to Ben Bishop. William N. Jennings goes to Dubnik. Bill Masterton goes to the great defenseman Alex Emelin. And Frank J. Selke goes to Jordan Stahl for 2nd year in a row. Ted Lindsay Awards, Steven Stamkos, and Tyler Seguin wins the Maurice Richard Trophy. I'll quickly show you guys the AHL stats. Just pause it if you want to see anything. Manitoba Moose won the Calder Cup, and then top team in the this was like the President's Trophy, top team in the AHL season wise, Toronto. So if Colorado, it's San Antonio, right? I don't see anybody. Cody Hodgson won an award for the most points. Are you kidding me? I'd love to see that happen. He never did that in Vancouver. Provorov. Ooh, that's right. Provorov's there because he's going to be a very good young defenseman for Philly. And there's all the awards. So nothing won by our AHL team. That's okay. That's all good. Let's go and check out quickly. No, sorry. Not the... Well, we can look at this just for 1 sec. Let's see who the minuses were. Because, I mean, minuses for the season doesn't really matter. I mean, we made the playoffs and we were a strong team. Trouba just had a bad start. I think he can be better than that. Let's go and see, though. I'm curious. Who is performing in the playoffs? Who really showed that they are playoff performers? Goals. So Duchesne, Rantanen got those 2 goals in that key game. We really didn't get any offense, so I don't think that's fair to judge the offense. We can still see who did score in the games that we did win, though. Duchesne, Barry, Marchand, Rantanen, McKinnon. Landeskog was injured, so he may have still had a bit of an injury hindering him during those games, and he only got 2 assists. I'm not going to blame it on him at all. Johnson was a -1. Some people were saying that we should trade him, especially with his morale down. I do like how he's played it for us in the season. We'll maybe look into possibly a trade, but as of right now, unless someone big comes up on the market or something and we have an option to go to, then I don't see many options. I mean, we really should be hoping from guys like Zadorov, Weirkosh. Well, actually, Weirkosh is 84, so that's nice. Or Bgrass even to step up. So the guys who really didn't perform, well, Barry, I mean, they were on the top line. So it's really a tough year. You can't really blame. We just had one of the biggest things was the goaltending. Picard says he was in 2 games. That's because he was in the 2 losing games that were in many of those goal scoring games because Nashville got like 5 goals on us in 3 of those 7 games. That was ridiculous. But I think that should be it. We're just going to go straight into the draft from here. I don't want to spend too much time. I have spent already a lot of time. So let's quickly go straight into the draft. And let's see. I don't think we're going to move up. There's no reason to move up with the kind of team that we are. We'll look into possibly the players. I noticed the one guy at the top there, Yakupov. He was supposed to go in the 2nd round. He had stats that were in the 80s and 90s. So maybe Mike Boyes 2.0 this time in the 2nd round. But that's what I'm hoping. Really? A top 6 grinder is your first overall pick. Okay. Yeah, sure. Mikhail Kuznetsov, Kali Steen. This is the Joe Villano year, so that is right. There are quite a few defensemen that we could have gone for. Dansk is a forward. Please tell me that I didn't freeze. Okay, good. I was just going to say, that would really suck. Then I have to redo all this. Let's just go. You see most of the top prospects. Allison was one guy I had pinned. Let's see who's there. Yakupov. So let's look at his stats. Look at him for a second. I like that. Defensive awareness 79. Offensive awareness coming right out of the draft is 87. We could have a guy who's ready to play in the NHL straight away. This guy right here, Rickard Toivonen, Toivonen, Toivonen. No, it's Toivonen. He has some good offensive stats. I really like that. So we have quite a few guys to go to. And this guy's a third round pick. He's a steal. Look at his stats. I love watching the stats. You got to look for the stats in years 1 and 2 and 3. I mean, it's just Zaikov's got some pretty good stats, but honestly, out of all of them, I like Halvardson, Toivonen, and Yakubov. Got to go for Yakubov. Got to go for Toivonen and Halvardson. I would like to go after defensemen and goalies, but unfortunately, we did not draft too many, or we did not look at too many of those guys. So we just got to go off of whoever's ready. No, I'm not able to right now. AJ Steen gets picked by the LA Kings. Toronto, Joe Veleno. I want to make sure that we have a draft pick because we might have actually traded some stuff. And I don't like that because I want to have a draft pick of some sorts. Come on. I don't have a single one. No, we have to trade for something. Let's go offer trade. So Vancouver was the worst team because you see they have the... So, yeah, Vancouver got the 4th pick. And they get screwed with a horrible defenseman. Are you kidding me? You better be 90 overall. I really am looking forward to picking one of these guys up. I want to get one of them. So let's look for... do we want a first round pick? Whatever is available. Eastern Conference team would be nice. So let's go for Buffalo. Let's see. They do want to give up their pick. So let's see if there's anybody that really doesn't fit anywhere with our team. So Johnson's trade value, 6 years at $6 million, 30 years old. I don't want to trade Johnson, but I do at the same time. That is a cap hit. That could be really nice. He didn't play great in the playoffs, and it could be nice to make changes. Soderberg, his cap hit isn't that great. He could be dropping soon. So he could be these could be two guys that are moved out quite quickly, but we need to have replacements for them. That's the problem. Or that's the main thing. Weirkosh, 2 years left. I like that contract. I'd like to keep him for next season. I think that if we want to trade for a first round pick or something, then we have to trade a guy like Johnson. But I'm not sure if I want to do that. I'd rather even do Trouba at this point. That's tough. We just really don't have much. So let's quickly move up and see who goes. Kapanen, Kuznetsov, Asplund, Dansk, Larkinen, Eggenberger, nice name, Putin, Grachev, Swift, Zadina, Elijah, Rivers, Keane, Vorbev, Guerin. There's actually a pretty solid draft here. That's nice. Stahl. Toivonen might be going in this point. So Allison was a top 6. Thornton gets drafted by San Jose. Toivonen, okay, medium top 9. So I want to get Yakubov. I do want to get Yakubov. Let's go quickly check. He's a second round pick, I believe. Let's see how early it says. Because I know second round picks sometimes can get drafted higher or lower. We are not going to go for Zikov. How about Nylander and Brunstrom? Might as well check out these guys quickly. I'm not seeing too much there. Brunstrom, 20 years old, doesn't have the greatest stats. I really do want Yakubov. This is the one Yakubov where I'm willing to take a gamble on him. So he's going to go early second round. Or early first if we choose to pick him. Tulipov, Wolinsky, Zykov. I want to give as less amount of value as possible. Toskala. Eastern Conference teams right here. So let's go and see Tampa, Philly. Who might be looking for a defenseman? Philly might be looking for a defenseman. So neither of these teams actually want to trade for a defenseman and actually are willing to give up a defenseman. Patterson's there. Toronto, do you want one of our defensemen that we can give up a defenseman for? I really want Yakubov, guys. His stats look so good, I have to take a risk on him. No, I can't give up Johnson. He's too valuable to the team, guys. He really is. It has to be Trouba. Yeah, I'm doing Trouba. I you know what? That was just a -20. He was playing with solid line mates. I don't really like that. I mean, he showed signs. Oh, it's so tough. I really want to get this player. Maybe we can get it without him. Maybe we can get it without it. We're going to try and go without it. And let's see. Let's add in some of those draft picks that we got. A 7th and a 5th. Let's see if we can keep that 4th. Rest in peace, Bannister. Have fun in Toronto. And there you go. It will work. I just really, guys, I had to get Yakupov. I had to. This guy looks really solid. And look at that. He might have gone with this next pick. Yakupov. Low top 6. Guys, I swear, if this guy is a 90 overall player, then I had to do this. Maybe I did overpay a bit. I don't think I did. We do have quite a few draft picks for next year. I really didn't. There's both Trouba and Johnson are sort of like they don't really deserve to get taken out. Halverson on Calgary, that's fine. If he comes back to bite us in Calgary, that would kind of suck. But let's quickly. I'm sorry, guys. I wasted so much time. Maybe I did cut some of it out. Maybe I didn't. I hope I did, but I just wanted to get this out, and I did not expect that to happen. But I saw an opportunity to get him. I forgot we didn't have many draft picks. 20 years old, solid stats, bottom 6. Let's try and see if Nazarov's a solid pick. 20 years old, Ukrainian, medium, bottom 6. It's not great. I think we could have got someone else, but there wasn't too many other picks, and his stats didn't look like really low overall. So that's a solid pick, I think. 100th overall pick. That's kind of cool. Brassard, a defenseman. And once again, it's a junior defenseman. So you really, I find this, never draft guys from the junior leagues. Like this guy, Harry Canzanello, that looks like a sick name. American, 6'2", solid size and age. We don't have him scouted at all, but I want to take a chance on him. Yo, is this? Yeah, it's Jonathan Smart. I hope I get to pick him with. I hope I get to draft him with my next pick. But I'm gonna go with this guy because he's a goalie. We could use a goalie. He's American. Harry Canzanello. That could be a wild goalie. Let's see what his potential is. Medium backup. Darn it! I was kind of hoping for medium fringe starter, but you know what? I'll take the backup. I find that if it's a fringe starter, he'll turn into a backup, and backup he'll turn into AHL. So it's not a great pick, but yeah, it's fine. Jonathan Smart, we have to. We could use a defensive prospect, AHL top 2. So it's just like Bannister. This time he's just smarter. And it's not Uchuk, who's a low and looks really happy. Smart is just he's ready. Let's see some other picks. Who can we draft with this next pick? Is there any? Yo, it's Ty Ratty. No, it's not. It's Tayden Ratty. I'm not taking that. Is there anything that we've scouted even in later rounds? Webb. I don't like this. They're all juniors. Get away. We have to pick some other guys. SHL 7th round. I have to look at the extra leagues. United States, nothing. Russia, nothing. Rest of world, nothing. So SHL, we did scout quite a few of these guys. Gustafsson, solid center. I'm trying to look and see what could be something. Are any of these guys really solid? I think it's pretty much done. This wasn't a great draft. There's some solid stats in there, but Tomarnis, I don't like that. Let's go with the AHL top 6 forward. Maybe he'll be a bottom 6. You never know. AHL top 6. That's fine. There's really not much left in this draft. I would sim. You know what? I think I might sim entire draft. Let's quickly see. Is there anybody with a cool name or with Steenbergen? I mean, there's really nothing. I just would. Maybe we can go for the kind of players that we need. A defenseman that's a bit younger, maybe not 20 years old. 19. Faith. What was he? 20. Kara, 20. This guy's 6'4", left side, 19 years old. Defensive defenseman. Low AHL top 2. It's not great. I think whatever our last pick is, we can draft with it, but it's probably not going to be great. Let's go. I'd like to go with another goalie, a risky pick that we've never seen, because the rest is all undrafted anyways. So AHL starter. Is there anything else that looks better than that? Like, is there unknowns? Yeah, there's unknowns. Matthew McKenna, Enrico Salvarani. Are you Salvarani? Right-handed goalie from Germany. Matthias Zetterberg, 18 years old, backup, 6'3". That's probably a better pick. You know what? I'll go with the more trustier pick, the Swedish butterfly backup goalie. Low backup. Okay. Well, Enrico could have been interesting, but we passed on him. We went with the younger, low backup. So not a great draft. I really think, guys, though, that Yakubov is a really, like, he's lit. He could be a really strong piece. And I didn't want to give up a defenseman, but I really wanted him. So I'm really curious to see what he's at. He's not on the screen. Gustafsson was 64 overall. That's solid. I don't want to. Nazarov, Smart, Shiminin. Okay, so he's not. It doesn't look like he's 85 overall or up. What is he? He was a left wing, right? Left wing. Yakupov, 80 overall. That's great. Oh my gosh, Sergei Yakupov. This is gonna be. Oh man, he's made the team at a training camp. Look at his defense. Oh my gosh, if his offensive awareness was switched with his defensive awareness, he could be lit. He could be so lit. I wish that the game didn't do that. The defensive and offensive awareness should be switched, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I will take it. 80 overall with that kind of potential. This guy, guys, I'm gonna sign him right to his contract right now. He's signed. So guys, that will be it. You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna make all the signings in this video because I want you guys to see free agency. So I'll stop it for now, and I'll get back to you guys in a moment. Okay, guys, we're back, and I finished up signing every one of our players. Anybody who you do not see sign up here or that was not attempted to sign was likely probably just released, probably because of either age or just they wanted too much or I didn't like their performance in the playoffs. So let's see who decided to return to the Colorado Avalanche organization or even to come. Nick Patan. I actually looked at his contract. He really isn't looking for a lot in the future, so we may need to start playing him a bit sooner rather than later. Maybe on the third line, and hope maybe him and Rantanen can get something going. Maybe they can still develop into those top 6 players. Because Bigras, Patan, and Rantanen all have great potential, but right now maybe it's because of their ice time or just how they've played. They're not getting better. So we need to probably look at putting them in the lineup. So Blake Como decided to reject. His age and just the way hasn't performed consistently is making me think that I shouldn't re-sign him. I tried getting him at 2 years at $2 million, but he wanted 2.5 for 2 years. We'll have to see. Martinson, Picard, it was just for 1.25 as a backup goalie 1 year. I want to give him one more shot. He bounced back a bit better later on in the season. Maybe he can still not grow, but he can still be a solid backup for us in the future. So we'll see what happens. Bork Colborne, I got him for 3.35 at 3 years, so he's going to be our third line center. I'll make sure to switch him to center now. Ben Smith could probably be our fourth line center with solid faceoffs. Bigras is really not liking the contract, so we're gonna have to figure out whether or not we want a team, whether we want him on the team or not. Smith. Rantanen, I got him for a good deal at 2 years at 1.25. You can also tell that for that reason he doesn't 1.15. He may also not want to get better if that's the case. So we definitely got to play him. He's 21. Let's start playing him for sure. Werner, Noro, Yakupov, he decided to sign. That's great. I'm really hoping that Yakupov can step up for us in the future as well. So 8.5, there's enough to go out for a big signing, but I don't think that's the case. We're not going to go out for a big signing. There's no reason, and we don't. What? Okay, so suddenly now Bigras wants 4.2 in the future. So the good news is he's not a bust. It doesn't seem like it. That's nice to know. Let's try and get him for 2 years at 1.45. I'd like to get him for a steal. Let's get him for 1.5 for 2 years. Around what he wants. Como, let's look at the forward group. because this might be our last depth signing. So it's whether or not we want to sign him or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He could play fourth line or in the depth lines. He should be nice pickup. Let's see 1 year at 2.5. I'd like to do that. If we can do 1 year at around 2.5 or something, or 2 years at like 2 million, I'd really like to get for cheaper than normal. Yeah, so he's not liking that. Bgrass accepts the 2 years. So let's see one more time. Can we get Como to sign on offense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what? I mean, I'm going to give him one more deal. If he doesn't accept, I'm going to try and see if there's anybody else left in free agency. 2.225 million. Let's see if he accepts that. If he does not, then we'll still consider signing him in free agency. Maybe he'll only want 1 year or something. But no, he'll actually sign. So that's nice to know that we don't have to sign him. Let's go double check and make sure that we don't have anybody else that we're missing. That we got everybody. We got 6 million. So we can sign a solid top 4, top 6 player if we wanted to, or quite a few depth players. There you go. There's no one left to sign. That's good. We got everyone locked up. So let's go quickly sim to free agency. I'll show you guys free agency. We made a trade, but we could still make trades. I don't think there's much to do. Okay, guys, so I decided to basically cut out that little section there because I actually continued recording for another 10 minutes or so. I just wanted to make this, if this is going to be a long video, I want to get everything done in the off season. I already know who's in free agency. I'll show you guys who is available. And this way we can just get this this one video done, and then the next video we can go straight into the season. So goalies, we don't need to sign any goalies. There's no overall great goalies. Potential wise, like Mazanek's actually the best guy. I will quickly show you that. There's really nothing here. So we're just going to skip goalies. Defense, we don't really need too many defense. We're not going to spend money to go sign a top 4 guy like Jack Johnson, Sedienberg. We released Ham Hughes. We're probably not going to re-sign him. So we might go for some depth here because I think we do need some guys to the AHL. Let's go for some prospect kind of guys. Cam Dineen would be a nice guy. See if he wants to sign 0.675. If he signs, that's great. If he doesn't, that's okay. But it just gives us more depth in our lineup in the AHL and also maybe for guys to develop. So there's a couple other guys. Berglund, Hajek. Let's go after this Hajek guy. 0.675. Berglund. We don't need that many defensemen. We can probably leave it there. Let's go check out right wings. Potential guys. Here's this Tulola. Wait, what is his durability? Yeah, durability. I don't mind those stats, so let's go sign him to a deal. Thorell, this guy for depth. I actually checked him out. His offensive stats are pretty good for depth. He can play in the AHL, and then if we need him to, then maybe he can come up and play in the NHL. So 0.675. Any depth in our lineup. We don't really need too many guys. Parento might not be bad, but I think I'm going to pass. Actually, you know what? Let's go with Klinkhammer because he has solid defensive and physical stats. I checked him out. So maybe he could be that that one guy who comes out of nowhere. 0.95 for 1 year should be good. Kopecky, we don't need Kopecky. Kopecky should be fine. Actually, well, no, I think we should be okay. We don't need him. No, not yeah. Reinhardt's there, but we can't afford Reinhardt. No way. Left wings, we don't really need any big roster players. We're just gonna go for depth and prospects. So, I don't see Steve Ott. That would be kind of wild. I don't see too many guys. King. Matthias wants pretty cheap. Does he want like 2 years at 1 point? No, let's just wait for that. Potential, is there any potentials? We can go Grunstrom. I don't want to take too many prospects. We are getting a lot, but Giovanni Smith. Yeah, I'll pass. Tyler Benson could be interesting, but there's all a bunch of two-way forwards, so we're just going to take the one with Grunstrom. Let's go centers. There isn't much. Pavel Bure. I know it is Pavel Bure. Here, I'll show you right there. Since I did check out the free agency, like I said, I know some of these guys, so it's kind of cool to see them. Is there anybody depth-wise else? Centers? I don't think we need too many centers. Maybe for the AHL. Depth forward, that could be nice. Yeah, let's try Shahan for 1 year. 0.1 or 0.925. That should be okay. He can play the AHL or in the NHL. Is there any other wingers for the AHL? Good contracts. Right wings. Is there anything? Connolly. Connolly is okay. We don't need Connolly. Centers. Yeah, there wasn't anybody extra. I was looking at Brodziak because his defensive stats are nice, but he could drop, and I want to keep our team steady going into the season. Anything else? Top 6. Josh Georges, defensively, poise, good physical. What are his stats? Is he a plus? +4. Solid performance, 4 goals. You know what? We can sign him. He wants no. I gotta find someone who for 1 year wants not much. We're probably gonna have to go for a depth defenseman. Tootin, we could re-sign Tootin. Nope. Gilbert, Borowitzki, Biega. Yeah, we could do Alex Biega. I like that. Bring back a former Canuck. 0.9. There you go. Ehrhoff for the AHL. That could be pretty good. I don't mind that. For the AHL, Nathan, he will not likely be on our NHL team. And that should be good. Lots of players. Lots. And that should be it. I did just go and sign a lot of players. Maybe not all of them will accept, but we don't need too many more players. Our roster is pretty set, and if we're gonna go for anything like really good, I think just trading for some players would be fine. Hajek decided to reject, or he decided to go to LA. That's okay. Bure, and we got that other defensive prospect in Deneen. Shahan signed, Biega signed, Klinkhammer signed, Ehrhoff signed, Thoro signed, Grunstrom signed, Tulola signed. So that's very good. So let's sim to the next season, and I'll see you guys there. So guys, we got to the start of the season. I will quickly show you guys the roster moves that I'm going to make. Likely who will be on the roster. See if any of our younger players boosted up. Anybody drop off a bit, and we'll make sure that all of our lines seem to be ready for the next season. You guys can let me know if any line changes you think, or at least any players that you think should be on the team. Dahlbeck, I think, is our best depth defenseman. Those are some pretty nice defensive stats, so let's keep him in the NHL. I think that should be okay. Right wings, let's see, Klinkhammer. No, we want to get Patan in there for sure, so let's put Patan there. Left wingers, Yakupov's an 82. That's nice. Any centers? McKinnon. No, those are guys in the NHL. Smith or Shahan and Martinson. Move those guys down. And that should be enough. Let's go check out who's on there. There you go. So we have 13. Yeah, 13 skaters is perfect. So we'll do best lines just for now. I'm going to quickly move our wingers to their wing and the centers to their center. Edit player. I believe McKinnon. I want to know what you guys think. Should McKinnon be a center for this team, or should he be a right wing? Maybe we'll keep him at right wing because he's been a right wing for the past while. But if you guys think eventually we should change him back to center, say if we either lose Duchesne or Soderberg, maybe McKinnon goes back to center. But I mean, for now, I think he is a right wing for this team. Colborne is for sure a center on this team, so we will make sure to put him and list him as a center. I don't really like changing player types, so I only mind changing positions occasionally if it makes sense, including with the face-off categories and such. But otherwise, I think, let's go quickly check this out. Centers, there's 4 centers, 4 left wings, and 5 right wings. So that's good. Patan is 78 for face-offs. There's some options that we could put at center if we need to. Yakupov, he'll probably play on the 4th line for now just because he's a depth forward and he is a power forward. We'll make sure to give him some more time somewhere else. Maybe the penalty kill, we can try him out there. And I'm liking how the team's looking. I think Smith, because he's a depth, or not a depth forward, but because he's a 4th line forward, I want to try him out. Plus he has good physical stats and good face-off stats, so Maybe that'll help. And his skating category isn't like real. He's not just a slow, grindy fourth line player. He actually isn't. He's like average. I consider 85 to be average. So that's nice that he's not like just a really slow, worthless fourth liner. Maybe he can skate around the defenseman and get some good snipes. I don't know. But those are going to be the lineups pretty much. I'll go quickly do best lines and show you guys what they are going to probably look like. Best lines. So best lines has it like this. Petan on the second line. We could do that, or we could do Grigorenko because he's a second line forward. You guys can let me know what you think. Maybe we should make Marchand a playmaker or Soderberg a playmaker. Should we make McKinnon? No, not McKinnon. Maybe, I don't know. You guys can chirp in and let me know what you think we should do. Como, we could do Klinkhammer, and then we could do Yakupov. I think that's what I'd like to do for the start of the season. But I like our team. I think we have good areas and some shaky areas that we could work on. So you could let me know what you guys think that I should improve. Defensively, Johnson, hopefully morale-wise, will get back up to 87 or so if we play him with Barry. Some of you guys were saying that we should maybe get a new defenseman for Barry. Trouba played okay there in last season near the end, so maybe we could try that as well. But for sure, I want to make sure Johnson gets back to 87, so we'll move him back there. Weirkosh and Bgrass, hopefully Bgrass gets back from morale as well. And Weirkosh looks like he could be very good, and that's a nice contract to have him at like .925. So that's why I wanted to get him for 2 years last season. So that's good that we got him there. We got our 2 scratch players. If there's anything you guys think I should improve on, let me know. I might make the next episode pretty quick. I'd like to get this GM moving along, and I really want to get to the playoffs. Let me know if you think this is a playoff team. If not, maybe we need to make some changes because this got to be our year. This is Duchesne's contract's coming up, Varlamov's contract's coming up, and we got to make sure that we win before we start getting even more cap issues. So let me know, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.